Was lovely and fair as the rose of the summer, yet was not her beauty alone that won me. Oh, no, 'twas the truth in her eyes ever dawning that made me love Mary, the Rose of Tralee.
Hello, my name is Sherry Avila, and I will be your hostess today for Avila Irish Crack. And by crack, in this case, we mean Irish fun. And we have it with us today as our guest, Chicago Rose of Tralee.
Yes.
Margaret Rose Keating. And Margaret actually, is a very impressive young woman. I understand that she recently graduated cum laude. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's kind of like an A+, with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Performance from the University of Illinois at Chicago. And this 22-year-old, are you still 22?
I'm 23 now. 23. I had a birthday. Although you can say I'm 22.
Plans to work as an actor in Chicago, and plans to further her education to teach theater and music in schools, and is currently undertaking, is this true too, an internship at the Chicago Irish radio show Good Morning Ireland?
Yes,
okay.
Indeed. Yes, I am an intern at Good Morning Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she also works part-time at, where do you work part-time?
The Curragh Irish Pub in Edison Park.
And that's actually right around the corner from where we live. And she studied at the Gaiety School of Acting in Dublin. Can you tell me a little bit something about, what is this Gaiety School of
Acting in Dublin? It is Ireland's premier acting school, and I'd been considering studying abroad, just something I wanted to do while I was in college, and I'm very proud of my Irish roots, and theater is obviously one of my greatest passions in life, so I thought, why not go to Ireland and study theater? And it was an absolute dream. I had such an amazing summer. I learned so many wonderful Irish plays and playwrights, and I got to perform, and it was a really amazing summer, and I just got immersed in the Irish culture, and I had such a great time.
Did you stay in a dorm or?
Similar to a dorm, yeah. It was an apartment, and I stayed with three other girls from all over the world. One was from Switzerland, one was from Atlanta, so yeah, a great mix of people.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Now, you also play the guitar, I understand.
Yes, just recently. It was my New Year's resolution this year to learn how to play the guitar, so yeah. Okay, so at the end, towards the end of our show, we hope that you will play your guitar. Oh, I'd be delighted
so we can hear.
Thanks, Sherry. Yes.
And then you also go and see plays in the Chicago downtown area. So what is one of the favorite plays that you might have seen?
Oh, geez. Well, one of my favorites seasonally is Christmas Carol at the Goodman Theater.
Yes.
Who doesn't love that? And Chicago is just such an amazing theater city that, any weekend. I just saw an amazing play with Chicago Shakespeare Theater. It was from the National Theatre of Scotland. It was called The Black Watch. So, yeah, I'd like to stay in the theater scene. It's obviously something I'm very interested in.
So at the Shakespeare Theater, you saw a play called The Black Watch.
Yes, it was great. From Scotland, all the actors.
Yes.
Everything came in from Scotland, so it was
that's
really
interesting.
It was very interesting.
And is that still playing?
I don't believe so. No, I believe it closed.
Because my husband and I like theater too. In fact, I don't know if I told you, but we're part of the Goodman Generations workshop.
Oh.
And are you acquainted with Rivendell Theater?
I am. Yes, I am familiar with it.
Tara Mellon, who's the director of Rivendell and founder of Rivendell Theater, she's our facilitator with the Goodman Generations workshop.
Oh, lovely.
So we work with Tara once a week and do this workshop. And we, in fact, through Goodman Generations workshop, we were given tickets to go see Black and Blue Boys which was quite deep and a lot to think about.
I'm sure, yes.
And in addition, the following day, we had free tickets to go see the current play, Sweet Bird of Youth.
Oh, wow.
And so, and then we're so much into theater that there's a theater in the church we've attended, and that theater had, what was the name of that show? Oh, Squabbles. Have you heard of that one?
I've never heard of Squabbles.
A really,
no.
really cute play.
Oh.
And then we saw another church that had a little theater, and they actually had a show about Sudan that was called A Long Walk for Water. So you can see we're really
definitely very into theater.
Lovers of the theater, but we do try to honestly make it economical.
Yes.
And so we try to go to some of the smaller theaters, and we try to get the senior discounts and then look for the half-price tickets.
Certainly.
In fact, another theater that we love is Silk Road Rising. Have you ever been to any of their shows?
I've never been to their shows, but I know of the company. And
so you have not been to Silk Road Rising?
No, I have not, no, but I am familiar with it.
Very good, because that's, for those of you out there who don't know, it's about Asian and Middle Eastern themes, and the particular theme that was recent was under the Erzinga tree, and that was about Armenia. Fascinating story and very enlightening. That's one of the things I love about theater, that I learn new things, I become enlightened, I become aware of social justice issues in the world and so forth. Now, I understand that you also volunteer at the Irish American Heritage Center, which is where we met you.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Because Frank and I are, as most people know, at the Irish American Heritage Center on a very regular basis. And you're involved with the Young Irish Fellowship Club?
Yes, I am a member of the Young Irish Fellowship Club in Chicago.
And you're also involved with the Chicago Special Olympics.
Definitely. I love Chicago Special Olympics. In fact, I'll be running the Turkey Trot in Edison Park 5K, which is benefiting Special Olympics.
Oh, very good. We have in the past actually run that.
Oh, well, maybe I'll see you there.
But I remember one year it was freezing cold.
Oh.
So I hope for your sake the weather's decent.
Well, I'll be running, so hopefully that'll keep me warm.
Yeah. As long as you have your long underwear on.
Definitely. I'll be sure to wear those.
And you, I understand, where you received an Outstanding Service and Leadership Award. And was that Outstanding Leadership and Service Award based on your work with Special Olympics, or?
Special Olympics, my work in my university and my community. I was awarded it as I graduated from UIC.
And I did, when I was looking at some of the requirements for the Rose of Tralee, I found out that one of the requirements is that you are, I don't know if it's a requirement exactly, but that you be involved in charity work or some kind of a community work, I believe.
Absolutely, sure. They really want well-rounded individuals who are involved in their community and are making a difference. So I'm so glad to be this year's Chicago Rose and be that ambassador. Yes,
we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
And we congratulate you.
Thanks very much.
It's great to have a wonderful young lady like Margaret Rose Keating to be our Chicago Rose of Tralee. And what a great experience.
Such an amazing experience.
It's so exciting.
Yes.
And so now most people out there, because today I met a few people and I said, I'm going to be interviewing this Chicago Rose of Tralee, and they said to me, what's that?
Sure.
And so we're going to try to inform the public out here, what is the Chicago Rose of Tralee?
Well, the Rose of Tralee is an international festival in Ireland. It's Ireland's largest international festival, and it's a celebration of the Irish diaspora throughout the world through young Irish women who are making a difference in their community. So every August in Tralee, in the county of Kerry, there's a big festival, there's parades, and a 2-night televised event where the girls are interviewed, and if they want, they can do a party piece, and everyone's family comes, and it's all over the world, Irish people come to celebrate this festival, which is really amazing.
I think one of the things that impressed me when I was actually looking on the website that you showed me, that not only is Ireland involved, but obviously the U.S. is involved, because
Definitely.
Here we are, the Chicago Rose of Tralee.
Absolutely.
And actually quite a few different states in the U.S. and some of the states in the U.S. And look at that, there's a picture of, was that the Chicago Rose of Tralee, or was that in Ireland? Where was that particular picture?
That was at RTE Studios in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay.
That is the 32 young ladies who are the finalists for the Rose of Tralee Festival. So there's me and 31 of my very good friends at the finals.
Very good.
Yeah.
And so, and then is it also broken up by like districts?
Yes.
Is the Chicago Rose of Tralee part of the Midwest district, or?
It's divided into countries. So
Okay.
there are Canadian roses, there are American roses,
Okay.
other European country roses,
Okay.
and every county in Ireland has
Okay.
their own rose, as well as Australian
Okay.
roses.
Because I know that in reading this a little bit, that in the U.S., Arizona, Kentucky, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Boston, New England, New Orleans, San Francisco, New York, California, Denver, Ohio, and Texas were some of the other states that were included. So when you competed against all these states here?
Not all the states here, in
Okay.
Ireland at the regionals
Okay.
in June.
Oh, okay. So all these people came to Ireland and competed there,
Correct.
and then you go from there.
You go on to the finals. But
Okay.
first, there's a statewide or citywide selection.
Okay.
So in Chicago in 2012, March, I was selected as the Chicago Rose
Okay.
out of 20 other really amazing young women.
Okay.
So, and then they have selections like that all over the states, and then they send those girls to Ireland for the regionals. And then from the regionals, they pick the girls to go on to the finals.
And then also all different counties, and all the counties, I presume, in Ireland.
Definitely.
And Britain, several places in Britain, as well as she said before, Australia and Canada.
Yeah.
So, of course, for those of you who are unaware, Australia and Canada were big countries with a lot of migration of Irish during the famine and different periods of conflict and so forth.
Along with the states.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And actually, the Rose of Tralee may not be all over, but there are other places that a lot of Irish have gone to, too, that are less known, I think.
Definitely.
So let's get back to the Rose of Tralee.
Sure.
And let's see, what are some of the requirements for the Rose of Tralee?
Well, first and foremost, you have to be a young woman of Irish descent. I think that's one of the most important things.
What about the age?
Ages 18 to 26, 27, depending
Okay.
on when your birthday is.
Because somebody asked me, how old do you have to be?
Yeah. So it's a good gap
So
of years.
what's the beginning age?
18.
Okay.
18.
18 to about 26.
Yes.
Okay.
27. Some of the girls,
Okay.
depending on when their birthday is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what? So age is one requirement,
Sure.
and some kind of part Irish in you. And I noticed that when I was looking through the web that that you actually got a certificate of Irish heritage was presented to you by the mayor, was it, or who was it that presented the certificate of Irish heritage to you? That was in.
I believe it was a center in Ireland that
Yes.
that makes these wonderful certificates
Yes.
and presents them to
Yes.
people who are
Yes.
doing something in their community who have Irish descent. So it was very special. I got it at the top of Croke Park on my birthday, and it has my father's name, who's from Ireland, and my grandfather, who's also from Ireland. Both their names are on it, and then it's honoring me and my Irish heritage. So that's something I'll always have, and I'll definitely treasure.
That's wonderful. And I understand that according to the history, there was this gentleman was it his girlfriend who passed away? There's a little story in here somewhere. But you know what? Why don't you tell the audience, they may have missed the words to the Rose of Tralee at the beginning. We played those words. Would you share with the audience those words, and then share with them also what it is that this special quality that they're looking for in the Rose of Tralee?
Definitely. Well, the Rose of Tralee Festival is based off of an Irish folk song called the Rose of Tralee. And the chorus goes, "She was lovely and fair as a rose of the summer, but it was not her beauty alone that won me." So it's Rose of Tralee is not a beauty pageant. It's a festival celebrating these young women of Irish descent, and I really think it's a wonderful, wonderful celebration. There are so many people that really plan their whole year on the Rose of Tralee. I know my neighbor my aunt's neighbor in Ireland, she is nuts about the Rose of Tralee. She got a picture with every rose and every escort. So it's something that the whole family can really enjoy.
Oh, I know what it was. It's the history. They say that the Rose of Tralee International Festival is, as you said, based on the love song, The Rose of Tralee by William Mulkenock, a 19th century wealthy merchant who was in love with Mary O'Connor, who was apparently his maid. And Mary was born in Brokenmacher Lane in Tralee and worked as a nanny. So when William saw Mary, he fell in love with her. But because she was the maid and he was not, he was more well-to-do, it was discouraged. This love affair was discouraged. So William immigrated, and some years later he returned to Tralee to find that Mary had died of tuberculosis. So he was brokenhearted, and he wrote his love for her in the words of that song. And so did it start in 1957 then?
Yes.
Is that when it started? Okay, so 1957 it started. And then, so now age, so what is it so you have to have that special quality?
That special Irish something in your eyes is what they look for. So all of the girls that have gone out for the Rose of Tralee are definitely roses. They're really just lovely, lovely young women.
So we're looking for somebody who's not only attractive or beautiful, and not only somebody who's intelligent. I would imagine most of the girls probably have college degrees, maybe?
Definitely, or are pursuing them at the time. I would say a rose is a role model for a younger woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I understand there's even these rose buds.
Definitely.
When I was looking up.
Yeah.
So, but the rose buds, are they mostly the one in Ireland, or they come in from the States and Canada and Australia also?
For the regionals and the finals, they are Irish girls, but for the Chicago selection, we have little Chicago rosebuds, and they get to share in the festivities and excitement. So
that's fun.
It's really nice for the girls and for the girls' family, and that's why I said it's such a lovely family event.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how old are the little rosebuds normally?
They can go from 4 to about 8.
4 to 8.
Yeah.
Wow, that's neat.
But even older. I think we even had some older ones up until 12. So.
And then, and then you got, where did you go after you entered the contest, and then what happened after that?
So I went out for the Chicago Rose of Tralee. I was working in the Kerr Irish pub one day, and I was flipping through the Irish American news, and there was an ad for the Chicago Rose of Tralee selection, and my boss, Sean Gianelli, he said, you should really go out for this. You'd be really great. And he said, the Kerr will sponsor you to go out for the Chicago selection. I said, well, okay, why not? So I did the event, the selection. It was over 2 nights. I got to go up on stage. Skinny and Hooley were the hosts. It was at the Abbey Pub, and I was announced as the winner, and I was just ecstatic. My family was so excited. It was a really great night. So after being crowned the Chicago Rose, I went on to the regionals in May and June in Portlaoise, County Laois, Ireland, and there 54 girls from all over the world went to compete for these 32 spots for the finals, and it was a 3-night selection. And after the 3 nights, we were serenaded by one of the lovely singers of Celtic Thunder, and then Daithí O'Shea.
Really, which one?
I'm not quite sure. We had a couple of guys there, so they were all really nice, beautiful singers.
Yes,
really
wonderful
great.
Voices, wonderful.
So good. They announced who had gone to the finals, and when they said Chicago, I just ran right up to the stage, and I took my rose, and I was like, I'm coming back here in a month, and I couldn't wait. It was so great. So then I had on to the finals in August. My whole family came with me. My Nana, my parents, my brother and sister, my aunt and uncle. My aunt was really excited. She was Mary from Dunlow back in the 70s, so she wanted to come and relive her Irish Festival glory days. And I went on a Rose tour for the finals, so we started in Dublin. We had a big Rose of Tralee tour bus. Me and the 31 other girls traveled around the country and just were so warmly welcomed by like every county and every city and town we stopped by. And then at the end of our stop, we ended in Kerry in Tralee, and that was amazing. There was parades, concerts, and then of course the televised selection night.
I understand that there's actually an air show even.
Yes.
So did you get to see do you get to go up in the air, or you?
I did not go in the air. I did not go in the air. The Roses are on such a strict schedule for the finals. Every minute of the day is planned for you, just because so many people want to see you and meet you and talk to you that we're on a really tight schedule.
And do you recommend that other young ladies who might have some kind of Irish blood in them, that they also apply for to be the Chicago Rose of Tralee, or to be a Rose of Tralee?
Definitely. It's changed my life. It's such a wonderful experience. It's something that I'll have forever. My family got to go to Ireland with me, and it really just brought our family closer together. I had such a great time. Nothing can compare to the Rose of Tralee International Festival for me.
But I understand that there's an escort involved here. Tell me about this escort.
Well, every one of the final Roses is assigned an escort, which is a lovely, young, handsome gentleman who of Irish descent, and they get to accompany you to all the kind of social events while you are doing the Rose of Tralee finals in Ireland. So my escort was so great, treated me like such a lady, and you know, they're just really nice guys. Good for the crack, good for the fun. They're just really lovely guys, and I keep in touch with all of them.
So you had more than one escort then?
Well, there are 32 of them that go.
So they kind of rotate
for each Rose.
Oh,
you're assigned one. But
I see. So as you go with other Roses, you get to know the escorts, the other escort.
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. So those young men were born and raised in Ireland?
Yes, most of, if not all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're just so great. You know, we have a big Rose Ball in Tralee, and they take you up for a waltz. It was just really, really amazing.
Well, that sounds like a real lot of fun. Now, you've gone through a lot with all this. You've accomplished a lot. What are your future plans? What do you want to do? I know you said theater.
Definitely.
But is there something else? Is there a particular role in theater you're looking for?
Well, what I'm hoping to do now is just kind of get my foot in the acting door in Chicago. I'm pursuing an internship with Good Morning Ireland radio show. I would like to get into more communications and broadcasting, as well as start teaching theater and music, because I had such great theater and music teachers, so I want to share that with other kids.
Well, I think that's wonderful. I think you'll be an inspiration.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. That's so kind of you.
What a pleasure. If I had a granddaughter or grandchild, that I would want them to be in your acting class, or your classes that you're going to be having. And you know what? Now, before we run out of time, I think that we'd like you to play your party piece.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
And
Thank
could you explain a little bit to some of the people out there what a party piece is?
Sure. In Irish tradition, you know, if there's a big party or get-together, someone will be like, oh, go up and do your party piece. And, you know, it's like your song. It's the one that your go-to performance piece. So my party piece is The City of Chicago, made famous by Christy Moore. It's a great song, and obviously it's about the fabulous city of Chicago, and its Irish people.
Would you like to get your...
Definitely, yes, thanks. Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Chicago. As the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, that was lovely. We forgot to ask you, what was your favorite part of the Rose of Tralee?
My favorite part of the Rose Tralee? That's such a great question. I really loved meeting the other Roses and the Escorts. Definitely, they're my friends for life. But I think what was most special for me was half my family is in Ireland and half is here in Chicago. So the fact that I got to bring my family back to Ireland to celebrate, you know, just each other and
yes.
our family was just so special and
a connection.
Definitely, definitely.
It was a wonderful connection for you. That's wonderful. And then, see now, you said your mother was born here?
Yes, my mother was born in Chicago,
Okay.
but her father is from Avila in County Limerick.
Okay.
And my maternal grandmother, my Nana, her parents are from Mitchelstown in County Cork. And then my father is from Tullamore, County Offaly, and most of my family is still in or around Offaly, whether it be Tipperary or Laois, but so very close in the Midlands.
And is there any last comments that you would like to make that we might have missed that you would like to share with the audience out there?
Sure.
Or some young girl?
Definitely to the young Chicago women, I would really recommend going out for the Chicago Rose of Tralee. It'll be in this spring, either March or April. There'll be a selection. It's changed my life for the better. I've met so many wonderful people. I've got to do so many wonderful things like be on your show and go to Ireland, and I would really recommend doing it.
Well, that's wonderful. So you recommend that any young girl out there that might have a little Irish blood in her,
Sure.
and maybe she can find a good sponsor like the Cara, who sponsored you.
There are lots of Irish companies, organizations that would, I'm sure, be happy, more than happy, to sponsor for the Rose of Tralee because it's such a beloved Irish tradition.
And how many girls were there here in Chicago that were competing?
I believe it was about 20 young women.
20 young women in Chicago?
She was lovely and fair as the rose of the summer. It was not her beauty alone that won me. Oh, no, 'twas the truth in her eyes ever dawning that made me love Mary, the Rose of Tralee. The cool shades of evening their mantle were spreading, and